Got a couple of things to sort out. The ladder's moving around now, so we've still got to work out how to mount that in there. We'll get there. Probably put a bump bar or something there where it can slide into or something like that. But this is where we got to. We're about 80% finished. We've got some wiring to do. We've got the super pump to put in. So we've got the transfer pump in there. So that runs to the chemical tank, coming through this hose here to suck up my bottles, down through the pump, back up to the transfer pump. We've got a three-way ball valve there that goes to the water tank. So when we flush that pump out, we can flush the water back up in there, and then we blow an air pocket. So we go back to chemicals, suck an air pocket up there so it doesn't siphon back down through. Hooked up the smart stream. We're just got to do some wiring tomorrow. We've got all the wiring to do there, and down here I've got all my old cabling, so I might just have to do another hole in the floor over there and pop the cabling up through there. So we'll take out the Anderson plugs on the end, put a new Anderson plug on it, and then pop them up through the floor. Be the best bet, because got a fair bit of corrosion after 2.5 years. That was underneath the reels, so they're pretty much eating the aluminium away. So yeah, we just got to wire all that up. That'll be fine. There's power running to these now, so it doesn't really matter. We got the soap to do tomorrow, so we just got to hook up the soap to the back of this one, and then the super pump. We've got to move the bolts on the super pump because it sits up against this unit here. So we're going to move it over, or we're going to move it down. So we'll work that one out tomorrow. Then we got all the hose reels done. We got them all wired up. Just a single positive wire underneath the truck is the main cabling. So then we just put it on the solenoid on there, and that gives us some power. So all just got to work out. I got to get a 45-degree angle for both of my hose reels to take that edge off. But as you can see on this one, it's doing the same thing. So I got to put a 45 on the end there. But it's one of those things, when I was doing the hose reels, I didn't even think about the fitting, the 1/2-inch fitting to 3/8 fitting. I just, mind blown, just didn't think about it. So I'll grab that in the next week. We can get that slimmed down so it doesn't have a big bulge. Get that running down along there a lot better. So we'll go to a hydraulic shop and get those made up. And then, yeah, so we've got Softwash, high pressure. We've got 75 meters of high pressure there and 60 there. So we'll end up putting another 60 to 80 meters of high pressure up there. So we're going to have a lot of hose. We do big jobs. So that'll be good. So they're all plumbed up. We pushed them back a bit, so we've got a bit more room. Out here, we pushed the 12s had to come forwards a little bit because of access. So you got to be aware of doing. Putting the stackers on nice and quick and simple, but once you get in the base line, you'll be right. So that's all my downstreamer running down through there. We're going to get some quick C-clips, and we're just going to anchor that to the floor. Got my smart stream on there still, sud sucker still running good. So I'll take that inside. So we've got water hose over here that we haven't wound onto that reel yet, so we'll wind that on tomorrow and get that sorted. All the plumbing's coming out of the back there down to the water. So what we did, Ash, so what we did is we did a dual water feed. So we've got a water feed going up the back into the manifold, and then we got one going down into the bypass. We just put a gate valve on it for now. That way later on we're going to get this remote controlled, so we can just turn it on and off from the roof. But for now it's manual. And then we'll go from there. We'll be able to take all this out and put a new one in there later on. So it's slowly getting back there. We've created, because we took out a little 8-inch reel which we were using for the hot water unit, so we created a lot of room in here, which is great. We're going to have a fridge in there for cold meals and drinks, especially coming up to summer. Yeah, we're slowly getting there, tightening it all up. I'm happy that I've got heaps of room in there to move around now, because that was a big thing to get into that chlorine pump. So it was a bit of a hassle trying to jerry rig that up to pump the chlorine back into that tank. So it was a good upgrade. Took 2 days. We've got a couple of hours tomorrow afternoon, do some wiring. We got 3 jobs on tomorrow, which is all downstream and high pressure. So we'll get that sorted, and then we'll get the super pump. We've got it sitting over there. We'll get him back on the truck and away we go. And then I'll go clean up all and stuff that I've taken off the truck since I've changed over the hot water unit and everything that I had going on. So a lot of bits and pieces, but what do you do? So catch you later.